Hi there, my name is Julie, and this is the Waxing Moon Intuitive. And tonight I'm going to be doing some tarot readings. This is my first video, so I'm pretty excited. I don't have everything perfected yet, so be patient. In fact, I was laughing because my camera is actually being held up by a candlestick. So, you got to do what you have to do to get the shot to look right. Because I'm starting kind of late in the week, I'm going to be doing a reading for, starting out, I'm going to be doing earth signs. So that's Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And I don't know if I said I do love readings. And I chose that because I'm a little bit of a dark person. So I thought maybe, bring a little light and love into the world. Though I won't pull any punches, because if I see something, I'm going to say it. I probably swear. Who knows what's going to come out. I'll just try to keep it real for you. And, tarot is a practice. Take out of it what you want. All your decisions are always yours to make. Nothing is set in stone. You are completely in charge of your life. Readings are, for entertainment, and if somewhere down the line it helps you kind of get some kind of insight into things or helps you think about things, then fantastic. And I hope that does happen for you. If this reading resonates for you, then please hit the like and subscribe button. That's, my goal this year is to really get my channel going and do lots and lots of readings. So I'm excited about it. I pulled a couple of cards to start with. So I'm going to start with some oracle cards. And if you hear some noise in the background, I have 2 Chihuahuas and a Terrier Pomeranian mix. So they're kind of noisy little buggers. I don't know if you know anything about Chihuahuas, but they make a lot of noise. So hopefully no barking, no craziness will happen. But yeah, so I started out with some oracle cards, and these would be messages from the person that you're interested in. So what they would, what they might not have said to you, or if you're not communicating with them, just some insight into what they're thinking. Okay, so the first card that I pulled was the 9 of Wands, and this card says, each time I think we are finally safe, another wound of mine is resurfaced, and I retreat until I feel it won't hurt anymore. So I feel like probably in the past your person might be a little cautious and a little nervous about getting close to somebody. They probably have been hurt very badly in the past and need trust. And that's not the easiest thing to overcome. So, they're aware that they're struggling. Okay, the second card that I pulled is the 2 of Pentacles. And it says, I get my value from my work. I tend to take more than I can handle. I don't know how to balance my work life and my love life. Okay, so they probably just throw themselves into work. It keeps their mind clear, and it's something that they're really comfortable with, and they don't have to deal with their emotions. The third card that I pulled, the Queen of Pentacles. So this one says, I'm starting to find balance between my financial and emotional life. I am more open to cuddle you, to hold you, and to kiss you. Okay, so I would say that your person is pretty aware that they needed to make some changes, that they needed to open up a little bit more and find some balance so that they could have a better relationship with you. It's I feel like this is a big thing for them. Um, I feel like it's not. It might even surprise you, because it's quite possible that you might have even just given up on this whole thing altogether, and they came in and were like, I want to make this work. I started to pull some tarot cards to just kind of clarify that. And so the first one that I pulled was the Tower. So I would say in the past, you and your person were probably at a point in your relationship where everything just kind of exploded, and you weren't sure what was up, what was down. The Tower card can be kind of scary when you pull it. It looks terrifying. I mean, people are falling. There's fire, and I've had worse Saturday nights, honestly. But but this is actually a card of change. When you go along in a certain way for a long period of time, it's not easy to make changes, and sometimes that would involve really shaking things up. I mean, it's like breaking everything apart that was there before. And the thing about the Tower is, once the Tower hits, you're on the ground. It's totally starting over again. So you have the opportunity to create a more solid foundation for your relationship to be on. And, with the messages that came in, it kind of goes along with that. I feel like it really says, in the past, we were really struggling. And, maybe there was a period where you didn't talk, or you were kind of separated as you were both trying to figure out, what are we doing, So this really is a new beginning. Okay? So don't be scared by that. But we're going to clarify that a little bit more too. The second card that I pulled was the Justice card. So Justice is, for one, it's the Libra card, which I'm a Libra, so I know that. But he's all about balance. And, with the message cards that we pulled, there were, he met, your other person, they mentioned balance, finding balance. And so with this card coming in, it's showing that balance came into view. And I feel like it was a lot to make that decision, to create that balance. You can hear my dogs fighting in the back. Oh, chihuahuas. Okay. And then the third card that I pulled, the Hermit. So with this card, you see he's got, he looks like Gandalf, right? So he's standing up at the top of this mountain, and he's looking over, and he's got this lantern. Now, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but the lantern inside of there is the star from the Star card. He's taken a lot of time to reflect. He's maybe withdrawn for a little while, and so I would say that your person's probably done that too. They might have pulled back for a while and taken some time to really think about what they wanted. And in the end, when you have the star and the lantern, that's like a wish. That's a wish come true. The star is, right? So I feel like your person put some work into making, finding balance, really putting the effort into it after this big Tower moment. Okay. But let's clarify some things because I want to see if I can find out what actually set off the tower moment. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. All right, for Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, we're going to clarify the Tower card. And I'm going to do one more shuffle if something doesn't fall out. Oh, it flipped. I'm going to take those two. And let's see, one more card for the Tower. All right, we're going to stop there. So we've got the Ace of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. So, what led into this tower moment? So the Knight of Wands, he's a knight, he's in motion, okay? Most of the knights are set in motion. And you'll notice he's wearing his armor. Okay, so even though he might not necessarily, he's wandering around the desert. He's like almost like sightseeing. A lot of people say that this card represents like travel sometimes, but for me, I see somebody who is, in motion, not necessarily ready to fight, but they're wearing their armor, so they're protected. If something happened. And I would say that your person probably had this, like, really kept themselves protected. Maybe they had, like, an almost, impenetrable, that's horrible, isn't it? A barrier around them that you felt like you couldn't get in. You just didn't, they would just kind of pull back and you couldn't really see in there what was going on. And this motion to it, it's just like, that's how they've always been. They're going on, they're doing their own thing. They're not hurting anybody, but they're just protecting themselves, okay? And I feel like with this on the tower, it could be that it's like that motion, that going along, really guarded and protecting themselves. That probably is what set off some of this tower moment. And then with the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords, I feel like almost instantaneously after whatever incident happened, there was almost an understanding, an immediate change. It probably, when you are in a relationship, that immediate change probably wasn't as fast as you would have liked. But it went pretty quickly. With the Nine of Cups, this is a person who is ready to celebrate. He's, got all of these cups are full. It's like inviting people in, and it's like opening up. So this is a card of like opening up their emotions. They're sharing all of these things. So, if the way that I would look at it in this reading is, he's taken his armor off and he's sitting down and he's like, these are my emotions. And of course, when I say he, all of these cards, gender doesn't really matter. It's just a representation. It's a he on the card. But this could be a woman. It could, whatever. That doesn't matter. These represent the emotions. And so it's like, here you go. I'm just going to lay them all out in front of you, and you can you can see them. I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty cool. It's a pretty brave thing to do, to go from being so guarded, even in like this lightheartedness, but still wearing armor, to here it is. I'm gonna lay it right on the table, okay? So they've like opened up, and with the Ace of Swords, swords are thoughts, and so this person's probably really methodical. They're not flighty, and so this is a really big deal when they start sharing emotions with you, and they're opening. This card is, it's like opening up, starting new with a new thought process. Okay, so that, I find that pretty phenomenal. Okay, so let's clarify the Justice card. And hopefully some of these cards have nude people. So if I pull one of those, I'll have to cover that, because I know YouTube will pull people's videos down for showing nudity in tarot cards. Who would have guessed it, right? All right, so there's that one. And one more for the Justice card. All right. Oop. Well, that guy fell out, so we're going to do 4. Sometimes you have to do that. Okay. So, for the Justice card, just to re-emphasize, we pulled the Hermit again, okay? So, I would say that definitely your person had to withdraw. This is like, we're doubling down on this, okay? So, it was very, very visible that they withdrew and took some time and really thought about what they wanted. And but they made a choice. So there's the Hermit card again, okay? We have the King of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So interesting. Okay, so now we have three people in the mix, okay? Because I feel like these represent people. Okay, so let's take them one at a time and see if you'll know who I'm talking about if this reading so far resonates for you. And remember, if it does, please hit like, please hit subscribe. I really would appreciate it. It'll help me to continue to make more videos. Okay, so King of Wands. So I don't know if you can kind of see, he's dressed in red hair. There's a little salamander here, and that represents like fire, this protection against fire, which it's interesting, right? So this person that is represented in this card is, very successful, a strong person, very, strong-willed, has a lot of courage, leadership, and because the wands represent motion, and it represents action, he's someone that steps up when things need to be handled, and you feel very safe and secure when this person handles the situation. So it's like a very reliable, dependable person, and very dependable, trustworthy, okay, but maybe not like super emotional. Then with the King of Swords, okay, So the King of Swords, he's holding a sword up. You know, it's like if there's anybody that comes to him with bullshit, he's just gonna cut that right out. He doesn't deal with any of that. Okay. So this person is probably might come off a little bit cold, might come off as not taking, like not jovial, not maybe not the funnest person to be with at times. But he, this card is a reminder that you have to look at different perspectives of things. He's kind of like that masculine energy of the thought process, so he's going to be very truthful, very determined, maybe a little bit controlling. Okay, so if this is a person, then and you recognize that energy, then that's what that is. And then with the Queen of Pentacles, so Pentacles usually represent your finances, your fortune, your stability. And the Queen of Pentacles is a very nurturing energy. And there's a rabbit. I think there's a rabbit. There's a rabbit on there. There's lots of flowers. There's like everything is blooming. It's like she's represents like this fertility and this really nurturing energy. And so I'm wondering if there's 3 people involved in this situation. maybe that's what caused this tower moment, because we have 2 really kind of different people here. One's like more nurturing, and one's more like cut to the chase, truthful. They're both trustworthy. They're both good. Interesting. So you'll have to comment below if any of this, because now I'm curious about what's going on in your life. Okay. So I don't know. Are you the Queen of Pentacles, or is this somebody that's coming in? Are you any of these? Let me know. I'm curious. Okay. So let me clarify the Hermit. Oh, where'd my cards go? Okay, I get 3 cards to clarify the Hermit for, whoa, that's going to be too many. Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. I was thinking as I was looking at the 2 kings there, it could also be perhaps, like a father figure or a mother figure in somebody's life. Maybe your person has parents that kind of interfere with their life, and they're showing up there, and that's part of the problem. Yeah, well, think about that. That's possible. Okay, so the Hermit again, with somebody's kind of pulled back a little bit, taking some time to think about things. And I need one more card. Oh, there we go. Ooh, okay. So, with the Hermit, what they're thinking about, we've got the Knight of Cups, the 3 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. Don't freak out. It's okay. It's okay. So I would say that your person decided to work on. So we had those three, like these three people, right? Okay. We have 3 swords in this heart. This represents heartbreak, pain, sadness, and it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's happening now, but it's probably what your person decided to kind of go, when we say go into hermit mode, take a step back. These are things that they needed to heal. They needed to figure out, pull these swords out and start fresh, okay? Not bring forward past pain into this relationship with you, okay? So with that there, and they all, they also have the 3 of Wands. So this guy, I like to look at this as a choice, almost like a doorway, because you have like one on each side, and he's holding one of the staffs, and it looks like he's walked through, right? He made a decision to walk through this doorway and choose a different direction. And when he walked through, he sees water, and there are ships out there. And this card kind of, people say your ship has come in. So he's seeing that there is something for him there because he chose to walk through. And I would say with the Knight of Cups, if you look at the directionality of it, so the Knight of Cups, he's in motion. He's got this cup, and this represents like bringing a message of love forward. Okay, so I would say that your person decided to take a chance. Now, the only other thing that, if we had pulled the Fool card, I would say this is a very similar feeling to that. Your person decided to take a chance and move forward and kind of walk through this door, not knowing what's on the other side. And, there's something there waiting for them. So I would say that they've done a lot of work on themselves, and I would feel good about that. But let me see how, let me pull a couple cards to see how, I'm going to do these oracle cards to close this out, because I want to see how you feel about things. So let me have 3 cards that kind of show me where Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus stand on this relationship, how they are feeling about it. There's 1, there are 2 more. Oh, messages are coming out hard today. All right, we got that guy. And I just need 1 more. Sometimes they just fly right out. Woo! All right, so we pulled a whole bunch of them. Okay. Ooh, okay. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Let's see how you feel about things. Okay. So, one of the ones that flew out. Backstabbing. So, heartbreak and pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, a shocking attack. Okay, so something happened. We know that there was a tower moment. We know that there was like this big thing that happened that shook everything up. So there could have been something either on your part or on your person's part that wasn't on the up and up, wasn't honest, okay? And then we have ascending. So this one says learning and expansion, transcending, preparing for union, and a new phase. Okay. So this might speak to after this probably a fight or something that you had, you found kind of like a renewal in your relationship and have been working through problems and kind of doing things in a different way, something that is, well, ascending, something that's a little bit deeper than maybe it was before. So honesty is coming out to play. So maybe you weren't completely into this the way that you initially thought you were. And it's possible that that tower moment made you also step back and say, well, I need to think about things too. I mean, after all, we did get the Hermit come out twice. So, I mean, it's possible that both you and your person took some time and decided, hey, I miss you. I want to make this work. How do we do that? Okay. We got the butterfly. So this says evolving, growth, the next phase, healing your inner child and releasing the past. So, yes. And we know that that's happening because we've got this, the Three of Swords here. Get to release all of that pain from the past. You have to let it go, or else you can't bring those things into a new relationship. Okay? And then lastly, we have date. So this says get back out there, meet someone new, setting a date, or dating online. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're meeting somebody new and start, this could be you and your person are setting that date. You've worked through all of this, and this is that first step to making it work. And hopefully, my wonderful Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo friends, you get all of those kisses and cuddles and things that you're looking for. Okay? So thank you very much for sitting through my reading, and join me next week. I will be doing them individually. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, I'll do each one individually. And again, if any of this speaks to you, I would love to have a comment. Just I'm always curious what's going on in people's lives. And, like and subscribe. But thank you again, and I will see you later.